Good afternoon, fellas. Welcome to today's video where we are heading to Auckland to collect the car from the shop that has been doing the roll cage. You'll know that we dropped it off up there about 2 weeks ago, which has felt like an eternity, to be honest. It's been really weird not having the car in the garage, but it's also been quite handy because some of you may have seen that recently myself and my partner purchased a new house. So we have been getting our house ready to sell and put on the market, which has been really handy not having it in the garage there while we just had moving things around and getting all the things sorted. But we have a few jobs to do along the way, so we're gonna whip into a place or meet up with a dude who's supplied me with a new screen. Not too sure how legit it's going to be. He didn't really have a business name as such, but he said he had a new screen, so hopefully Najinda from South Auckland pulls through on that front. Not really too sure what to expect there, but feeling confident. And we also have to go to the tyre shop because there's a place up here in Auckland called Zoom Tyres, which, as far as I've found, do the cheapest tyres around. So we're going to whip in there and get as many as we can. I think I worked out I should be able to get 8. Hopefully I'll get about 4 in the back of the van with the screen on top of that, and then I'm going to chuck 4 on the roof. Whip out to Riverhead to a homie's house and pick up the trailer, which is where it's been living for the last 2 weeks, and yeah, back to the shore to get the car, and then we'll start making the mission home. Bloody good. So we just stopped off and picked up the trailer, and then we also shut up and before that we just hopped off the motorway and picked up the glass and 8 tyres, which, as I said, did manage to work. Managed to get 3 on the roof, 5 in the van, and the glass on top of them. So yeah, hopefully all going well. Yeah, should make it home bloody one piece. So go get the car, head on back. Here she is. Far out. Real life car with a cage. Certainly a race car now. Man, it looks so sick. Something tells me I'm not getting the door cards on though, which is a little bit disappointing. But that's all good. I'm sure I can live with that. Man, how fucking sick. Holy. I am so hyped. Might still get the back seats, and probably not. All good. Well, I'm gonna go have a yarn with the bro and we'll load this bad boy up. Greetings from the next day. So we have been putting the car back together. We have got the front wheels back on, mostly because I needed to put the front wheels on here back on the Primera so it could move again, and secondly put the kit on because you have to take the wheels off to get the kit on anyway, so it was kind of like a two birds one stone. I might as well do this while I got the wheels off. So yeah, so I did that, and then I have been having a little bit of a suss out of how we're going to get this interior back in the cage, which sadly is not looking good. It's not looking good at all. A little bit annoyed about it, to be honest. The door cards, not a shit show in hell they're going on. The dash should be sweet. That's not much different. We've got the stock bar over there, which is the yeah, sort of like the dash bar that usually goes there. Now they've now put their one in that connects the whole cage together, what have you. Annoyingly, you do have to weld these little tabs on if you want to run these little mounts, which is what your center console and everything screws to. So I think it goes that way. No, it goes that way. So that goes on there like that, and then it basically sits out like that. And then there's one on each side, but you got to weld the tabs to the new bar for them to fit, and trying to line that all up so it's going to fit well is tedious, I will say, because you got to do it now, and I've really got to do it now before I paint the cage. But basically it's just a pain in the ass, so I think I'm going to try and not run those and see if I can sort of rig it up so it'll just sit in there. And there's some mounts that are welded to the tunnel that should support everything enough, but that's got nothing to do with getting the dash in there. So that'll be the first job anyway, once I've got this all painted and sorted. But before I address any of that kind of stuff, I want to take it up for a little drive just to make sure that it's running all good and kind of get some photos of it in the sun with the cage being raw, because it's not going to be like that for much longer. So I've put the new MAF in, and I drove it off the trailer last night and it sounded like it was running sweet, so I'm just going to make sure that that's all good. Drive it out of the shed. Where's the keys? The keys. Yes, the keys. How long are you going to stay lying down for, Jax, when this thing starts? Give it 2 seconds. Black smoke, all running pretty sweet. Go for a little squirt, I reckon. Oh man, cars, eh? It's not one thing, it's the next. On the upside though, I do think that I might have got to the bottom of a problem that I was having at the track with the heating. Everyone will know that's mucked around with RBs before is the bloody heater hoses. They always go, which I don't think was the main problem. I think that one of them had a slight split in it after the first time it got a little bit warm, and then that was why I was probably battling it all day with trying to keep it cool, because it was dumping water. Well, I'm not too sure what was going on. I thought there was an intake manifold bolt that had come out, and it felt like it was coming out of there, and I was like, that's weird. But you know, cars are weird. How would you know? But I was just bleeding it up now, and I looked down and there was water at my feet. I was like, oh, okay, so it's coming out somewhere fairly obvious. And what do you know? She was bloody piddling out down in there, and I put my finger in there, and I was like, oh yeah, that feels weird. I had a look under it, jacked it up, and what do you know? It's the damn heater hose. So yeah, a little bit annoying. I was hopefully I wanted to go down the road and give it a little do a little skid, to be honest. see what it felt like with, you know, the air running through your hair, and thought it would be quite exhilarating, but still do that. Just won't be today. I'm still going to take it down the road, like just up and back. It won't get warm enough to do any damage. Just want to get some photos of it. This is something else. She's not heavy, so there's obviously something, still something to figure out, but man, I'll be sick to just getting this thing once it's got it sorted. I don't know what the fuck's going on with it, to be honest. Not sure. Here she is, and the first time she's been out in the sun, all dressed back up with the kit and the cage. Still looking fine as ever. Now, I don't know what the hell's going on with the... Well, she's farting away like that, but that's alright. Maybe she just needs a bit of a blowout. Give it a bit of a hoon on the way home, maybe, but... Yeah, if I haven't showed it enough, she's looking pretty damn smart. Oh well, it's fun to get it out of the house anyway, even if it's running like a bag of shit. Bloody thing. So look at a bit going on here. I've sort of rigged up the window control to just sort of sit there, so I can control some things. Man, I just want to give it a boot. Perfect cul-de-sac. I'm gonna have it. Still works. Just a bloody... Yeah, that'll probably be it pissing out with water after that little excursion, but hopefully it hasn't done any more damage by getting it hot those numerous times at the track. Didn't get that hot, like it got to like 100 and then I'd come in and turn it off and then it would go up to 110 when it wasn't running. So hopefully that's, yeah, haven't done anything more. That'd be a bit disappointing. I did want to say a massive shout out to Walsh Motorsports and Nathan, the homie down there, for doing such an epic job on this as well. Yeah, they just absolutely smashed it out of the park. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but they obviously do that shit for a living and they're all over it. So, and also, good mate of mine, Johnny Schick, who has pretty much funded this cage, which I touched on in another video. It basically was a yarn that started on the piss and he said to me, what have I got to do to go drifting? I don't know anyone. I'm keen to go. I'm keen for my son to go. Keen to get amongst. I just said to him, I just got to put a cage in the car, man. And he was like, how much is that? Rattled off a price, and what do you know, one thing led to another, and then the cage was in. So massive shout out to him for sussing this whole thing. I've got a bit of a livery sort of on the way. Nothing too crazy, but we have got something in mind. It's not going to be a big, bulky slapper sticker on the side of the car. I think that shit looks heinous, but we've got something in the pipeline to, to sort of... What are you doing in the back there, Jax? You just want to be a part of the action, mate. You're not going to get in there. Oh, he's in here. Oh, he's in. Yeah, as you can see, Jax is pretty thrilled about the whole thing too. Oh, hello. Yes. Oh, yes, okay. Oh, you've goobered all over the screen, mate. That's not very good. But yes, so Johnny from Shore Wire Ropes, he's pretty much made this whole thing possible, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. Yeah, I've got no idea. I don't want to say anything that's never going to happen, but the car is effectively a comp car now. Like, all I need to get is the harnesses and the Hans devices, and she's pretty much good to go. The only thing that will be letting her down will be the old trusty RB20, which, yeah, sad to say that don't think it'll be forever staying, but that's all way down the track. Who knows? I've got no idea. That might not even ever happen. It's mostly so that we can take passengers and just to get the boys out there and have a bit of fun. So we'll see what happens. But thank you very much for watching anyway. Sorry it wasn't a hell of a lot. It's probably just me talking and discussing the cage, but yeah, hopefully I was fizzing to get a skid in there, just something, a little bit of a ra-ta-ta down the road, no windscreen in, but that's all good. We'll still make that happen once you get it painted, but we just got to keep pushing for now and try to get this done on the long weekend and figure out what's going on with this bloody thing. Anywho, blabbering on. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one when we start painting the cage. Cheers.